My name is Tom Bennett. I'm a state representative from the 106th District in the state of Illinois, and glad to be with you today. We're going to talk about a number of things. In our agenda, we're going to talk about the job and the district and what our district is about. We're going to talk about the responsibilities of being a state representative. We're going to talk about the skills that are needed in order to do those things, and then talk about the likes and the dislikes, as well as, and the last point is, why me? Why am I a state representative? And then we'll talk about some other things related to you about that as well. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in on this first. Let's talk about my job. What is my job really about as a state representative? And really, at a high level, it's nothing more than helping people solve their issues, solve their problems, and that's the real challenge that we try to do. So in a nutshell, that's really what we're talking about, helping others. Our district, let's talk about that for just a minute. In our state of Illinois, we have 102 counties. And of those 102 counties, there's 118 state representatives that represent different groups of people, all the way from the northern part all the way down to here. In my district, I represent about 108,000 people, and the district I represent is right around in here, from Iroquois, Livingston County, a little bit of Woodford, all the way down to Ford, and the northern part of Vermillion. But I'm going to take this right now and blow it up to give you a better picture of what we have. So this is what we see if we blow up the picture, okay? So from there, going back again, start with Vermillion County, with Hoopeston in there, going up to Iroquois County, the Watseka, the whole county, all of Ford, Livingston County with Pontiac in the middle, and then the Woodford County with towns like Eureka and El Paso. And just to give you how big a district this is, to go say from here over to here, is probably about a 2-hour drive. You're not going to get it there very quickly. It takes some time to do that. But that gives you the idea of our district. Along with that, we have 2 offices. I have one office in Watseka and one in Pontiac. Deb runs our office here in Pontiac, and Angel runs our office in Watseka. And we'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. Okay, so along with that, when we talk about people, 108,000 people, how big is that? We talked about in our district. But let's say if we take 108,000 people, we can take every man, woman, and child in our district, and we can put them in one big football stadium. Now, this is the University of Michigan Stadium. I am not a Michigan fan, but they have a big stadium that holds 110,000 people. So this gives you an idea of just how big this is. It holds every person in our district. So that's one part, what we do. The other part has to do with Springfield. So not only am I in the district, I'm also in Springfield with what goes on there. So we'll talk more about that in a bit. So let's talk about responsibilities. There's 3 main responsibilities I want to talk about with you for just a moment. The first is constituent services, and that is by far most important. We do things every day trying to help people, anywhere from people with FOID card issues, unemployment issues, Medicaid issues, just a number of concerns that people have. And Deb and Angel work all week long. Sometimes we work late hours, sometimes on the weekends, trying to help resolve issues. So they're a very dedicated, hard-working group, and really glad they're with us today for sure. So that's one of the responsibilities as a constituent services. The second thing is bills. We listen to people in our district to come up with ideas that we can turn into bills. And then we go to Springfield, and then we turn those into law, statutes. And so there's a lot of work that happens here just as well. So that's the second thing, making bills become laws. And then the third thing has to do with budgets. Budget. It's a big one. State of Illinois, our budget is about $43 billion. And so we have a lot of work to try and figure out how much money we have coming in and where do we want this money to go to. Education, college, public service, public safety, social services. There's just a lot of issues that are involved with this. And so a lot of time comes in those 3 things. So when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about, again, constituent services. We're talking about making bills become laws. And then the third thing is basically the budget. That's important. So skills that are needed, let's talk about that one issue. First of all, work ethic. You have to have a very strong work ethic. You're involved with things all the time. Also, you need a self-starter. You're setting your schedule in a lot of ways to do that. So those are 2 very important things. The third thing is you need to be a good listener. You spend a lot of time listening to people about their issues and concerns. And maybe the 4th point I want to mention, you really need to like people. People are important in this part of this whole job. and it's all about the people, okay? So skills needed, that gives you some. There's more, but those are some of the key ones you really need to think about. So likes and dislikes, let's talk about that for just a moment. I've been a teacher for 7 years. I worked at State Farm Insurance as an IT person for almost 30 years. And I've been your state representative now starting my 4th term. This is the best job I've ever had. It's challenging. At times it's frustrating. But at the same time, when you're able to help people or pass bills that help people in Springfield, that's what it's all about. So that's some of the likes I really have. Dislikes, well, in a lot of ways, it's like any other job. There's things that you're not excited about, but you need to do, and you find ways to get those done as well. And you continue to do it, and you try to do it all in a very professional manner. And that's a challenge all the way around. But that we got to keep in mind. It's all about the people. And the last thing, in terms of why me? Why did I become a state representative? It actually started when I was a little guy. I went with my dad one time to a political event, and I don't remember who the guy was, but he talked about government, about how it can help people make things better. Government is not the answer to everything, but it can help in so many ways. And that caught my eye, it caught my attention, and so I've always been thinking about that some form or other. And so I ran for school board, I got involved with that. I was a trustee at Parkin College for almost 19 years, just trying to help in so many different ways. So then I was able to become a state representative of the 106th district, and been very proud to do that and work with people. But that's part of why you grow and you understand more things and you get broader over time. So that's why I became a state representative. And I want to encourage you to think about those things as well. There's a lot of people in a lot of positions that need help. People that run for city council, people that run for school board, they run for library board, state representative, state senator, all those things are important to help government go. And we need people involved. We need people engaged. So let me encourage you. That's what I've been doing as a state representative, and why me? And so my question to you is, why not you? You can run as well. In fact, we need good people involved. We need good people engaged, and you can make a difference. Glad to be with you today.